Hey folks, welcome back to Teacher Lounge. I'm Dan Meyer, flying solo today. A few weeks back we had Jenna Laib on the show who talked with us about slow reveal graphs, the main idea of which is that so many math problems with graphs, when printed on paper, they pre-print in advance so many elements that could be withheld, revealed slowly to students and with their participation and sense making. Check that episode out if you haven't already. It was fantastic. It got me inspired. I wanted to try it out. So I'm heading to the classroom of Mary Richards, a Math Teacher Lounge super friend who's made all the arrangements for us to go in there and try this out and see how it goes and to hang with some students. So why don't you come join us and see what happens here. Here is the question for the day. Here's the deal. I'm super curious what you'll think about this. Is you are running a disaster relief center. I live in California. We have some really just mega fires this last year. Someone sets up a camp for all the people who no longer have homes or can't go to their homes. It's pretty distressing stuff. And so what I'm curious about is if you were someone who was running that disaster relief center where people will go for one or more nights, what are 3 things that you think you'd want to have on hand that would be important to have on hand? Yeah, this is so good what I'm seeing here. You folks are not all saying the same things. I can't wait to share with you some of the stuff that you folks are setting up for this disaster relief center. This is good stuff. Come on back to the Google Meets window, would you? I just want to share a few highlights that I saw. For one, people are talking like in this first one here, like just some basics, water and food, really important. Someone else calls out bedding, and thank you for calling out toilets as being super important here. Gotta have toilets. What's the plan without toilets, people? I'm gonna invite you to think about a couple of things people need in particular. All those are great. I'm narrowing this down on 2 things in particular, that when people get to that disaster relief center, they need 2 things. They need beds. Beds gotta be set up. And they need a certain amount of food. Food's gotta be there. Here's the deal. You folks are now coordinating a disaster at a place, Philadelphia. There's some disaster in Philadelphia and 1,000 people are showing up at your disaster relief center. I want to know just your best guess. How many beds do you think you'll need? And how much food in pounds do you think that you want to have there? We got one person saying like, you got to have double the number of beds as people. Here's what I'm seeing. We got same number of beds for number of people, 3 times the pounds of food as there are people. Dig it. There's a lot of interesting ideas here floating around. I'm going to tell you an answer. This is like the recommendations from the Center for Disease Control, for the Federal Emergency Management Association, whatever. The government says this is the right answer for 1,000 people. Who knows if they're right or wrong, but this is what they're saying. They're saying 1,010 beds, 3,000 pounds of food. 1,010. Give that a second thought here. Why? I would get 1,000, I think, like 1 bed per person. But can you help me understand? All right, talk to me, Xander. What do you think?
If you have 110 beds, you would have extra beds for, I don't know, sanitary reasons or infants, babies, children.
Need to have some beds on hand. Yeah, talk to me, Mackenzie, if you have a different idea than like stuff happens, I'd love to hear other thoughts out there about why there's 10 extra ones. Talk to me.
Maybe for staff that are working, if they need a place to like crash, they can use those 10 beds.
Yeah, staff, they need to like, staff's got to stay somewhere. Right on. Peyton, last one. Any thoughts there about this as well?
In case like more people show up in the end, so just in case you have more.
Yeah, totally dig these ideas here. Winds up being the case that these 10, according to the CDC, the recommendations, those 10 are there for the workers at the shelter. What would you say now for 5,000 people? What do you think the number of beds is and the amount of food recommended by FEMA or the CDC or whoever this was from here? So pop over to screen 4. I'm going to unpause you, and I'm super curious what your answers are for Fresno. Fresno's got an emergency. 5,000 people. Over to you now. Okay. 10,000 beds, double the beds. Super interesting. 5,050. Ooh, interesting. I love this. 15,000 beds. Let's see here. Whoops. Just a couple more here. I got to check them out. 5,000 beds. 5,200. Giving some extra. Okay. 5,150. Okay. 5,050. 5,050. A lot of 5,050s here. What's going on with 5,050 that I don't know about? 5,050. I'm talking about 5,050. Raise a hand up and let's talk about it.
It would be 5 times the recommended for Philadelphia, and there's 5 times the number of people.
I got you. So 5 times, we went up times 5 from 1,000, times 5 with 1,010, gets you to 50 there. Okay, cool. Can you just keep this going here? What did you say for amount of food?
I said 15,000. That would also be 5 times the amount of food.
You're doing times 5 on all the above there. Super dig it. Yeah, it makes sense. I'm seeing a lot of that. A lot of people are definitely going up like above 5,000, which seems really important right here. I'm going to tell you what they said, what the CD said was the recommendation here. And I'm not sure I understand it fully, but here's what it is right here. It's 5,010 beds and 15,000 pounds of food. But let's go with this for a second. If they're saying no matter how many people show up, you need to have 10 people. 10 people is all it takes, is what they're saying. 10 extra people for the staff. And it looks like, I don't know, if you buy Chelsea's reasoning that we did times 5 got you to 15,000 right there, multiplying the number of food by 5, because we multiplied the number of people by 5, or to go from people to pounds, maybe multiply something different. I'm curious, given all that you've seen here, I'm hopeful that we'll have much more consensus, meaning all of our answers will kind of lock in a little bit more. I'm trying to figure out what the government is after here for 10,000 people in this disaster in Rochester. So we got people that are adding 10 right here. We got someone who's doubling the number of people, though. And I don't see the doubling happening on the 5,000 here. I got to think about that. Okay, a couple others here. Let's have a look. Okay, someone who still wants to say, hey, 10 extra people's not enough. I buy it, but they are doing this multiply by 3 from 10,000 people to get the amount of food, multiplying by 3 right there. I'm seeing a lot of 10,010 people and 30,000 pounds of food. People have different ideas, though. I'm here for it. Did you see all that? What a blast. I love that because the kids and we co-constructed the problem together through that slow reveal process. They were so invested in the context and the mathematics to the degree that they would not let go of their absolutely correct conviction that you can't just have 10 extra people to support a disaster relief center of any size. That's got to scale proportionally. I love that move, that moment with them. Kids are so smart. And then also I loved how withholding the headers of the table by not telling them the resources I wanted them to focus on at the center, I was able to ask them what resources should be at the center, which brought out all kinds of their own contextual and cultural and personal knowledge as well. Like I'd want to have, toilet paper, toilets, power chargers, that kind of thing. I loved all of that, and I hope you got a charge off of that, and I hope you'll head to slowrevealgraphs.com and pick one up for yourself, or just make one for yourself using PowerPoint or Keynote or whatever. It doesn't take a whole lot of effort to make these. The facilitation is so much fun. Give it a try and let us know how it goes on Twitter at MTL Show, or at our Facebook group, or email or carrier pigeon or whatever else. We'd love to hear from you folks and how these go with your students. Take care, everybody. See you next time.